It says Lizzo claps back at Tennessee's laws banning drag shows in public places, invites drag queen star performers with her on stage at a show in Tennessee. It's really funny how both her and Marin Morris are just ignoring everything and just doing it like, take that, you incels.
Marin Morris was honestly worse because her whole thing was preaching about exposing her 2-year-old son to drag queens.
$20 one right there.
This one's from Alfred LaRock. He said, in Rhode Island, have World War II transcript 16-inch vinyl discs played at Marine bases. Don't do business with Hitler, etc. Does anyone have working 16-inch record player? Granddad was 5th Division at... I don't know what that is.
5th Division at Iwo Jima.
Oh, Iwo Jima. Brink of World War III as the last World War II vet passes. Well, I hope not.
Maybe somebody can make that. Maybe somebody can make that Grimes AI song called "Don't Do Business with Hitler."
Oh yeah.
That's what they can do.
No, what they're going to do is
do business with Hitler.
Yeah, that's the Grimes song that they're about to make.
Okay.
Okay. So,
Marin Morris.
Yeah, right? Marin Morris.
I literally just thought of the lyrics for that song that I'm not saying.
Yes.
Okay.
But as soon as you said that, I came up with a chorus right off the bat.
You make it. Do it.
It's kind of got, you know, the song "She Thinks My Tractor's Sexy."
Okay.
It's kind of got that melody. I'll sing it off the air.
So Marin Morris was preaching to a crowd in Nashville about how she has exposed her 2-year-old son to drag queens in a dressing room. And this is her idea of appropriate entertainment for toddlers. And now Lizzo had this show in Knoxville, Tennessee. Here is an excerpt of her speech from that night. She said, in light of recent and tragic events and current events, I was told by people on the internet, cancel your shows in Tennessee, don't go to Tennessee. Their reason was valid, but why would I not come to the people who need to hear this message the most? Why would I not create a safe space in Tennessee where we can celebrate drag entertainers and celebrate our differences? What people in Tennessee are doing is giving hope. So thank you so much for standing up for your rights, protecting each other, and holding the people accountable who should be protecting us. And,
I despise activist celebrities. I despise them with every fiber of my body.
This video from her concert. There are like 20 drag queens on stage with her. And honestly, I feel bad saying this, but they're indistinguishable from Lizzo.
Okay. Can we play the music?
Yeah, I mean, it's not really audible. This is our culture now.
The U.S. of gay.
Loves it. This is why, like, it's when I hear America is the great Satan, I'm like, you know, maybe we are. I'm willing to hear that argument. I'm willing to entertain that argument. Because what is this? All right, that's quite enough. Quite enough. And it's just really misleading because when they keep referring to like laws of like banning drag queens and like they're denying our existence and blah blah blah, they're referring to a law that actually it was signed into law by their governor in Tennessee, but then it was blocked by a judge because the judge thought that the wording in it was too vague. And here is what it said. It forbids adult cabaret entertainment on public property or in locations where it could be viewed by a minor, defining the term as topless dancers, go-go dancers, exotic dancers, strippers, or male or female impersonators. That would include drag queens.
Yes.
And all this is saying you can't use public property, meaning it is for private venues only, and you cannot expose children to drag performances. I think that's pretty reasonable. But here Lizzo is, once again, going against that expectation at an all ages concert where people bring their children. Unfortunately, there are parents out there who bring their children to Lizzo concerts, and this is what they saw that night. I'm not okay with that, and I don't think I should have to be. I don't think that makes me a hateful person.
I just hate.
It's also tiresome.
I hate the speechwriter bullshit language of the. When somebody says denying my existence, it's not a real thing. Nobody's saying you don't exist. Adding restrictions to adult activities to keep children away from them is not denying anyone's existence.
Yep.
And the tiresome language of everything that looks like it's been written by a PR rep is so grating and so annoying, and is somehow worse today because I have a cough. Somehow, hearing all that was worse today. And they're not saying anything. They're not accomplishing anything. And when she does this, I just have to wonder if 10 years ago, and somebody was talking about the downfall of Western culture, if I would have put fat ass musician with drag performers on my bingo card anywhere. I wouldn't have.
Yeah, this is like kind of a point I've made before, but once you get to a certain weight, everyone's gender neutral. Yeah. You kind of don't have sexual characteristics anymore.
I wish I'd heard that earlier, like a decade earlier.
We were kind of in a back and forth about this before the show, Phil. What was your impression from this video?
So, these drag queens do not strike me as scantily clad. When I hear the term or the phrase scantily clad, my brain defaults to Victoria's Secret models. These people look like they are dressed for a Marvel movie.
Yeah, to be
they
fair,
do not look like they are
don't
dressed
look
for
very
sexual activity. They look like they are dressed to like save Earth from a green menace.
They don't look distinguishable from what the average female professional wrestler would wear.
Yeah.
And kids go to WWE events all the time.
I'm not even sure if that's something we should celebrate necessarily. But like,
just because you're right doesn't mean I like it.
If women you guys found hot were wearing these outfits, I guarantee you would not be saying that this doesn't look scantily clad. That slit up Lizzo's dress is basically past the fupa. Everything is out. The other performers, if you can tell, are barely wearing clothing. There is one with like crotch
when I point out that this is a different thing to Victoria's Secret models,
it's different.
You acknowledge that there's a significant difference, and you acknowledge that these people are wearing significantly more clothing than Victoria's Secret models. Okay, that's cool. That's cool. Okay.
I mean, but that doesn't mean that they're not scantily clad, and it also doesn't mean that they're not both objectionable. If you're thinking about bringing children to a Victoria's Secret lingerie show, I'm also going to object to that.
That's fine.
So, I mean, when these people try to, call out hypocrisy and say, well, you think that toddlers being in beauty pageants is okay, so this is okay. No, everything, all of it, not okay.
Yeah.
I don't care who is doing it, if they are from a red state or a blue state. It's not okay. It's weird.
Yes.
I'm against all sexualization of children, all exposure of sexual stuff to kids. It's bad, regardless of what you call it or what civil rights movement you think that it promotes. I don't care. It's all gross. And I think that we've also been highly desensitized to what is sexual because we're in such a hypersexualized and also like sexually broken and somehow like sexless society that is where everybody is like exposed to hypersexuality in media all the time, but it's sapped of all actual human libido. And like I think that's one reason why the Victoria's Secret fashion show, by the way, was put on a hiatus, is because they thought that they were moving in the direction of, giving women a market of women what they want, and they massively they made a massive mistake of like what they think women wanted versus what men wanted from that company, and didn't realize that when you're selling a fantasy to women, the fantasy you're selling to them is being what men want. Anyway, that's a totally different discussion that we had on this show.
Have we had that on this show? Because that's
not with you.
I watched. I posted a really interesting video the other day on Twitter that a guy made about the age of the sexless heroine in movies today.
Freaking Brie Larson.
No, Brie Larson is
is.
on the cover of is on the thumbnail, and a big part of what they point out is like, well, he doesn't point this out, but one of the things that I remembered was like, look, yes, but that's because those are Marvel characters, they're Disney, Star Wars characters, but it's not like you're going to Euphoria and seeing sexless women. It's these mass-marketed Fortune 500 Disney properties that are being marketed to an amorphous blob of ageless people who are forever young in their mindset, so it can appeal to both them, their kids, and their grandparents, which is why you get the sexless heroine. I don't care about any of that. I just want these people to talk like normal people again. I just want them to
that.
Be a real human being.
All that is
talk like human beings.
That's all political jargon. Yeah. That's all political
jargon.
I
freaking hate it.
That's great. I want more people to hate it. I want more people to get upset about it.
I despise it.
It sucks because Lizzo is talented and doesn't have to lean on all of this political agenda marketing, but she does it anyway. It's really not the move. But I guess whatever gets you in with the mega corporations and the media. And then we also saw Kevin Bacon weigh in on this issue. Yeah. He made a TikTok with his wife where they're wearing a shirt that says, "Drag is an art and drag is a right." How about we play that video real quick for
I'm so amazed by
everyone.
how many things are human rights nowadays.
Yeah, right? Like, what isn't a human right now?
Basically. The right to own a firearm.
Yeah, the right to defend your life.
There's a Taylor Swift song playing in the background, so we can't play that. But, yeah, it's not embarrassing at all.
Kira Sedgwick has looked roughly the same age. Like, she's looked old. But not old, but just old for like 20 years. Not in a bad way, just like older than
older,
young.
You mean?
Yeah. Like, I really can't put it into words.
Eternal middle age.
She kind of is, dude. She's like, she just stopped aging after a certain point.
So this was the caption on Kevin Bacon's TikTok. He said, "Tap the link in my bio to shop the hashtag 6 Degrees of KB campaign supporting the ACLU Drag Defense Fund in the nationwide effort to protect creative expression or make a gift. Hashtag drag is a right." So this is in collaboration with his own nonprofit that he runs called 6 Degrees. And I guess the whole...
6 Degrees of Kevin Bacon.
But the whole... their tagline is like, "You're 6 degrees of separation away from somebody in need," or whatever. So and I looked on his website. I was scouring through this website the other day, and I think that he's using this front of talking about unity and talking about positive impact.
There's the buzzwords again.
And
Here
all
it
of
comes again.
These buzzwords, exactly like you're saying, Brett, where you're not talking like a real person. You're not being a real human being.
SJWs
You're just
don't
hiding
well.
behind a shield of positive, like toxically positive language, as well as human shields. Like
big fat Lizzo-sized human shields.
He has like showcased causes on this website, which include like pediatric cancer awareness and housing insecurity and stuff like that. Which is like, who in their right mind could protest? That who could protest like helping kids with cancer? Obviously,
F them kids.
But then when he uses the same nonprofit to talk about how drag is an art, drag is a right, and we need to protect drag queens' fundamental human right to perform in front of children, I'm just like wondering where we lost the plot here. Like I don't know like what the connection is between like the kids with cancer and the drag queens.
She's thinking Johnny Depp was too busy to go play Captain Jack Sparrow at the hospital full of sick kids, so they're gonna have the drag performers come in and do it instead.
And then they're like, no,
that's what's gonna happen.
Mommy, help!
Exactly. They want Jack
monster
Sparrow.
Clowns.
Yeah.
Like kids are already afraid of clowns, and I remember being deathly afraid of clowns. So I don't know how kids are watching drag queens these days.
Yep.
And aren't terrified out of their minds.
What we should be making them scared of is press releases written by shitty press writers who don't know how to talk like human beings.
It's not just the press writers, though. Like, these actual celebrity talking heads, they do ideologically align with the things that they're preaching, and I do want to hold them personally accountable for pushing these messages. And they're also misrepresenting the issue on purpose, because we all know now that that law was not calling for an outright ban of drag shows. We just don't want drag shows shown to children. I think that's a fairly simple cause to get behind, and I wish it was something we could all agree on.
We can't. It'll never happen because the language will consistently be obfuscated behind flowery language.
Yeah.
It's never going to work. I mean, but that's been one of the problems forever, right? Is like, if somebody's talking to you and they're using all this soaring rhetoric, you should be immediately suspicious. All the time.
Discredit all of the positive impact that you could have made on people's lives when you align yourself with a phony cause that divides people along political lines. So I don't respect this at all, and it's kind
also
of a disgusting, like self-promoting move.
Well, if you're ever going to use a human shield, Lizzo's a good one to use. So
yeah.
Thanks for watching. Listen to full episodes of Pop Culture Crisis on Spotify.
Keep up with us on social media and make sure you subscribe and ring that bell so you never miss the show. Bye, guys.